Okay guys, welcome to another episode here on this Astragoth campaign. So, Durek Drak Killer, he's gonna go against the Ogres here. I'll likely just put him in ambush. There's also a Dwarven army there, so I gotta be careful here. I cannot overexpand. If I fight and I win and then someone attacks me, then that's a bigger problem. So, I'll also reinforce here with Sundrims. Mulch has to stay here in case the Empire wants to do something. Although it's quite... they're going to have some troubles against 5 armies here from Azazel. Now, in terms of this front, I really want to eliminate Kislev. It should be fairly easy, and that would be a nice objective and goal to finish off. Of course, the main target is Thorgrim down to the south, but I think I can end up Kislev and then call it a day. And overall here I have Astragoth. He has nearly all his force and is moving against the Vampire Counts. Also, I'm going to try to have a couple more battles against the Vampire Counts. Maybe finish off this faction as well, and then I'll call it a day. There's a lot of zombie units here, but there's some specific ones, so you know, specialized ones with some better units, so I'll have to be careful around overall. But yeah, overall that's the spirit, that's the idea. I'm developing a few more armies, recruiting a little bit more, you know, even if it's not anything too out of the ordinary, just some chaff infantry, just to conquer some minor settlements. That's the sort of idea. Let's focus here on Kislev, and yeah, that seems cool. Yeah, we have enough armaments to get better units. Yeah, so a little bit of a disclaimer, having to put the texture quality on medium here, because if I put on ultra, it will downgrade a lot of stuff. So it seems like there's an issue here, probably just from this patch. And let's start off with the battle. I actually tried to ambush, they didn't, so try it off with the battle against the Disciples of the Maw. They're bringing in some reinforcements, but yeah, that should be fine. They still have some Hell Pit Abominations. Oh, where did that come from? So yeah, there's some outpost units mixed in. That should be fun, should be fun. And here we are deploying. So basically I'm getting to the other part here, to this elevation here, so that I can gain the high ground while the enemy actually regroups. There's no point of me attacking them, not at this on this map actually. And overall just a staggered line. Also my magma cannons on the back, those are the ones that will force the enemy to horse. And on the enemy side, tons of ogres. Well, that's basically what happens, of course. I'll focus fire mostly on the ones that are heavily armored, especially from the magma cannons, of course. They also have some mobility, but I don't think they're going to be able to flank me as well. Yeah, some saber tusks. Some spiders, that's interesting, the combo, and some trolls there, you can see them. These are gorgers. I wouldn't like to live on this house, definitely. I'd be scared to death. Yeah, there's reinforcements coming up. And in terms of battle plan, so I'll try to deploy no longer than that line so that I can have the high ground. Then there's 2 areas where I'm going to try and focus my damage on. So basically that will be the areas for my cannons to attack, just to ensure, because in the middle I'm certain that I'll win, but the flanks, that's the problem. That's where the magma cannons and the aerial units will have to do some work. And focusing most likely the Iron Guts, that's definitely it. You know, there's not a lot of ranged units on their part, so yeah, it's going to be mostly going after the main pieces, which are the Iron Guts in this case. Time to use our blazing attacks. That was nice, 1 model killed. And my magma cannons are starting to attack as well, which is cool. Same thing here on this side. This is why it's cool having all these characters on these bulls. because it's really nice to be able to use the flaming attacks. Especially because they miss out the other ones. But yeah, that's the problem when the AI has a massive army. They always want to create a very long single line, and they take a little bit of time to do so, giving me the flexibility to do this. Come on, bull. There we go. Actually, no, don't fall. They hit like trucks, honestly. You're petrified. Well, you're going to be burning no time soon. A pathetic attempt of mine to cast here. I could miss them. I thought they couldn't go through the stones, to be honest. And overall, it seems like a lot of stuff, but even one unit of infantry can hold on a lot of these guys without issue. And now that they're gathering up, I can just use my army abilities. There we go. There's a ton of army abilities that I'm using, all the bombardments. So overall, all of those units are losing a ton of health. And my Fireborn even arriving to help my infantry units. You can see here how depleted in terms of health all their units are already. And let's go against this Hell Pit Abomination. Yeah, in the center, units die really fast to the combination of firepower that I have there. So it's the flanks that I have to worry about. And yeah, the Fireborn can do really well against other monstrous infantry and other infantry. They just lose against, you know, specific anti-large units, which he doesn't have, so that's cool. If they did, likely I would just support him with the bulls and that's it. Yep. Gnoblers fighting heavily armored troops doesn't work for them. So, skipping ahead a little bit, this Hell Pit Abomination, well, it's not going to survive for too long fighting those guys. Especially with my lord over here. Not my lord, my hero. Here's my lord, and immediately that's a rout, that's for sure. And overall, as soon as any single entity shows up their face in ample ground, I'll just shoot it with my blunderbusses, or the glaives. So yeah. And at this point, I'm just using some army abilities whenever I can, just to cause some damage, and it's actually more of a leadership debuff, if you want to know. So yeah. That's the victory, and let's recruit some more laborers. So overall, that was a nice victory. This kind of ensures that the ogres don't cause any more trouble right now. So in terms of labor, army replenishment, I really want the army replenishment because I do not know if the dwarves are coming in, but they didn't. That's cool. Alright, so developments, I'm going to try to ambush here with Astragoth. You don't ambush necessarily to ambush, you ambush to hide your army, so that maybe this way the enemy will try to move in. That would be the perfect part. Maybe I can bait him out with Sindras there. I'm having most of the army that I wanted here. Not really, I think I can give him some of these units. And then recruit a couple more Infernal Guards instead. Yeah. Because I wanted to go Infernal Ironsworn there, but I don't know if I'm gonna have the time for it. So... yeah, and Hobgoblins or no? Should I keep the War Mammoths? I initially thought, oh, okay, it's gonna be interesting to have the War Mammoths and the Skin Wolves that I got. But those were units that I got just to ensure that I would do some stuff. Just to ensure that I could survive, honestly. Okay, so I have one Infernal Ironsworn that can recruit. And I think I can get yet another one. 2. Perfect. I don't know if I'm gonna need those though. Should I give him some more? No, I forgot. I won't have the time for it. But do I give him the glaives? Why not give him the glaives? I wasn't considering giving the glaives, but now that I think about it, Zathan can definitely have a few more glaives, definitely. Yeah. That is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 units there. Maybe if I give the outpost units, I can give some glaives there. Even 3 glaives would do wonders, you know? I'll think about it. I'll have to consider it. So, developments seem to be fine here. Mulch is just securing Nuln over there. I'm gonna have to move over here near Greenstad because you can see on the bottom of the screen there's Clan Angrund moving in. I'm just checking the ambush success chance, so I want it to be as high as possible. If you hover the places, you know, open ground, it's always like 50% or 45%, and then in the woods it's actually much higher. So let me get rid of that orc. Not orc, ogre. I'll always confuse both. One is green, the other one isn't. I swear I'm not daltonic. So, army replenishment, yes, always in this case. Especially when you see enemy armies nearby. It's like, even if it's 1%, it's already good. And I'll just ambush here. Always ambushing just to force the enemy in. You know, that's always the best thing that I can do. I don't think I have the red line yet for firing drills. Yeah, I don't. Hold on. Should I? Or should I go with hard to hit? Yeah, let's go. Well, but I could have had... Yeah, I have to check that out. Because I skipped it without realizing. Okay, what are we gonna get? Yeah, all-terrain vehicle, why not, you know. There's a few of them, maybe that comes in handy. Okay, should I move here? I mean, I don't see any other threats, so let's go. And I know that there was one army near the ogres there, so yeah, I think that's cool. Can always upgrade this, get a little bit more of action going. Over here it's difficult to decide yet. This is not an army that can move in easily, so I'll just ambush, see what happens, see if I can, you know, because only one army and this is just hobgoblins. It's not going to take, you know, like 5 or 6 of those. So overall that's good. I'm predicting that we're going to have a massive encounter here against the vampires. Yeah, they have tons of armies here, so likely on the next episode or so we're gonna have a massive battle against those. Yep. I predict like maybe 3 more big fights against the vampire counts here, and then I can exterminate them here. Okay, let me just investigate here. Scouting, really important. Okay, that's tons of armies actually, but some of them have, you know, a lot of zombies, so I'm not concerned. And these guys, by the way, during the end turn, these guys declared war, the vampires there. Actually, I had to join village, so that shouldn't be too much of a problem. Drazoath can deal with that. And in the meantime, I'm gonna get this guy to Zanagrund to start recruiting troops. Yeah, definitely can do that. Military convoys, do I have any new convoy to go for? No, 2 turns for the capital. Yeah, that's cool. Research change in 7 turns, that was in the corner there. So I think I'm going to recruit some units and conquer these small settlements. And Sindras is likely going to move over here, but yeah, I need to bait Boris. Need to bait Boris into attacking me. That seems like a very easy battle if I get to ambush. I don't know if I'll showcase it or not, but it will depend. It always depends, the battles that I show, it always depends whether or not I find them, you know, I'll fight them and then I'll realize, oh, it wasn't that interesting, so, you know, if it was... not that it is boring, it isn't, but I like to showcase the more important ones. Alright, that will have to be on the next episode, guys. Bye-bye.